What's good, YouTube? Andre here with the DM Gaming Network, and as you can tell from the background, this is going to be a GameStop video. But stay tuned. All right, y'all. So this video might not be popular. The reason why is because I know a lot of people are angry at GameStop. A lot of people don't like GameStop. And then there's people like me who don't have a problem with GameStop. I don't have an issue with GameStop. I did used to work at GameStop. I was an assistant manager there, or ASM. I worked my way up from being the bottom of the totem pole to the ASM, assistant store leader, ASL, or whatever they want to call it. And my experience with GameStop was a good one. I enjoyed working there. I enjoyed going to work there. I love the people that I worked with. Just an awesome crew, awesome people, awesome community. I enjoyed it. I don't think there was a day that I ever went to work and didn't want to be there. Now you may ask, well, DM, Andre, if you enjoyed it so much, why are you no longer there? Well, because of my stupid actions, I did some returns on myself that I wasn't supposed to do, and it cost me my job. GameStop, if you're listening, I apologize. Y'all, I got in really big trouble for that. They are so strict about that. But thing with GameStop is a lot of times you're there by yourself most of the day, and I didn't think it would lead to me being terminated, but it did, and they didn't hesitate. But that's beside the point. So, you know, me not being there any longer, that's not on GameStop. That's on me, and my mistake. But I did love working there. Now, a lot of people watch these GameStop videos, and I did too. I remember before my interview, I was telling them, you know, the guy that was doing my interview, that, you know, I've heard bad things about working here and stuff like that. And he said, Andre, look, man, just give me a chance. I promise you it's not like that everywhere. And he's telling the truth. So when you get on YouTube and you see bad stuff about GameStop, bad work experiences, bad customer experiences, and things like that, that's the norm of the world. You have to realize this. If I go work at a if I say I'm working at the GameStop I was working at, I'm going to get a completely different experience than if I worked at another GameStop. Why? Or another GameStop in a different district, or possibly even the same town. Why? Because number one, your store leader has a lot to do with your experience as an employee. Just like any place that you work, your boss, your manager, supervisor, if they're a butthead, guess what? You're probably not gonna have fun working there. But if they're a cool person and they do what they're supposed to do, they lead by example, and they're not a jerk about it, they're not a douche about it, they're just down to earth people, really cool, fun to get along with, and know the stuff, it's gonna be a different experience. And then it even extends to the district manager, because that's part of it as well. One quote that I always like, that I hear all the time, or a phrase, is that people don't quit a lot of times because of the job. A lot of people quit because of the management, because of the people running the show, and you lose out on some good employees that way. So for those people who've had bad experiences, y'all don't think that anybody working at GameStop is oh so bad. It's not. It's not like that everywhere, because even when I was there, and that whole circle of life stuff was coming out, and some people at some GameStops, because of their district managers, were selling pre-owned games instead of new games. And you don't have to do that. And GameStop doesn't teach you that. That is something that they were doing to get their numbers up. And GameStop considers that cheating the system, and you can get terminated for that really quickly. We had a successful store where, I mean, if you ask for new, you got new. Do we recommend pre-owned to save people money? Yes. They're Blu-ray discs. We explained to people, you know, Xbox 360, yeah, you might want to get a new game because they weren't on Blu-rays, so they scratch easy. But the Blu-ray discs, I mean, even when we're doing trade-ins, we're checking them. If you hold it up to the light and you can see through it, we don't take that game in, because that's where that laser reads, and if there's scratches on the top sticker or logo of the game disc, then that light goes straight through. It doesn't bounce back down, and it doesn't read correctly. You just got a laundry list of problems. But we gave the customers what they wanted. We gave the customers what they asked for. But that's not the scope of this video. You know, ranted on for about, 5 minutes about that. But here's the thing. And one thing about the trading that people have to understand is, I looked at the profit and loss. I had to work with that being an assistant store leader. Now, with trade-ins, GameStop doesn't, I mean, not trade-ins, okay, new games. GameStop, when they sell you a brand new game, and anybody that runs a video game store that sells brand new games will tell you, you make either very, very little or nothing selling brand new games. So when you go to GameStop and you buy a brand new game, GameStop is not getting much of anything off of that. I think at the time I was there, it was maybe 3 to 5%. So you look at selling a $60 game at 3 to 5%, that puts you roughly at about between $2 to $3. Okay. So then I go trade in that new game and GameStop gives me $20 because a lot of times the brand new games that just came out, trading credits around 20 bucks. So let's say they give me 20 bucks. That means GameStop is now negative $17 for that game. Okay, now they sell it pre-owned, and yeah, they sell it for 54 bucks. But let's just, for the sake of math, make it easy on y'all. Let's say they sell it for $57. Okay, so that puts them at a profit of $40. Correct? Correct. Because they 17, 57, 40. All right. So now they sell that game, they make $40 profit, and it's like, oh, well, that's a huge profit. They could have given me more for my game. It's a business. Nobody is in business giving away money. They're just not. It's not going to work that way. And pre-owned is what moves GameStop. That's the foundation. If you took away pre-owned games from GameStop, there wouldn't be a GameStop. So they have to make money. I mean, they have to make money to pay the employees and everything, because I was getting paid pretty good. I think I was making around $12 an hour, which is very good, especially being at a job that you love, that you really enjoy being at, because I love the people, the gaming community and stuff like that. And they do really good perks. They take care of the employees. It is good working there. It was at the one that I was working at. So you see, as far as trade-in and stuff like that, that's why you don't get, to me, 20 bucks is better than nothing, because they don't have to offer that service. And you can go to a mom and pop store and they may give you $5 more, but they're not going to give you 40 bucks for a game that you paid $60 for. They are not going to do it, because that's not going to be profitable for their margin, for their bottom line and stuff like that. It just does not work that way. Of course, we feel that if we pay $60-some for something, if we trade it in, say a week later, or if it's still on the shelf selling for 60, that we should get at least 30 bucks for it or something like that, which isn't a bad trade-off. But you have to understand that it just doesn't work that way nowhere. I don't think anybody will give you $30 trade-in credit for it. Not Best Buy, not Target, anybody that's doing trade-ins. And if they are, let me know down in the comment section down below, because that would be news to me. But we also have to understand that, like I said, they have stuff that they have to do with that $40. That gets broken down too. So at the end, the amount that goes to GameStop that goes under their profit margin, it's not a complete $40 for that game. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, people are not going to like hearing that, because there's so much negativity, and we're in a society now where negativity runs rampant. It's like, if it's negative news, it's good news and stuff like that. You don't hear a lot of people talking good and stuff like that about GameStop, but I'm here, I'm doing it. People are not going to like it, but guess what? I don't care, because somebody is going to agree with me. Somebody is going to be out there and they're going to say, yeah, I had a good experience. Now, you could go, what's your favorite restaurant? A lot of people go to McDonald's. Let's use McDonald's, for instance. A lot of people go to McDonald's. You can go to McDonald's, let's say you went every day, or at least once a month. If you went once a month, that's what, 12 times a year? Let's say, out of those 12 times, you're probably going to have a bad experience sometime. Or just say the average. If you go to McDonald's, your favorite restaurant, you're going there multiple times a year. Every time you go there, it's not going to be a pleasant experience. They're probably going to get something wrong here or there. Somebody's not going to be having a good day. And not to say it's going to be this awful experience, but every time you go into the store, it's not going to be the same. And that's no matter where you go. We've gone to groceries. You've gone to a grocery store and had a bad experience. You've gone out to eat, had a bad experience. We're humans. We're imperfect, but people go and have one bad experience and they want to trash the entire system. It's, oh, GameStop, they're so horrible. guy was so mean to me. And what it is that a lot of people are upset because they're bringing a stack of games and they're not getting what they feel like they should get for it. But one thing people have to realize too is there are so many games. Like right now, if you go on GameStop.com and you look at college football, NCAA 14, it's worth $59. It's the same price as a brand new game, and it's actually more on Xbox 360. I was at GameStop maybe 3-4 years ago, somewhere at 3 years ago. When I was there, it was $49 on Xbox and $39 on PS4. The price of it has gone up. Why? Because that game is not so readily available. At GameStop, we would have games where I had some on my sleeve. I was seeing that. At GameStop, we'd have games that we would have so many of them in stock that we literally just wouldn't be able to sell them all. But when people come to trade them in, they still get the same amount for that game. See, that's one thing that people that bash GameStop who used to work there don't talk about. Because technically, with that stack of inventory, with that quality of game, having that many games, you should still, the price should decrease. But that's not what decreases or depreciates the value of that game. It's what that game is sold for under normal prices and stuff like that. So, and the reusability, stuff like that. But I mean, there will be just so many games, let's say like Madden 18, just go figure. We just have a whole ton load of those games. Yeah, when you trade in, the value's still going to be the same, but GameStop is actually losing money at that point because they have so many of these games in stock and they're not going to be able to sell all those games. A lot of those games go to waste, so they're going to be counting losses as well. But man, y'all, it is what it is, man. GameStop, people say that they're struggling. The rumor was going around that, oh, GameStop stores are closing, GameStop's going out of business. It was in their business model. And I was there at the time that this stuff was going on. It was in their business model. And it's in a lot of businesses' business models that if you have so many stores close together, you're going to close them down to allow one to be more profitable. And you can put that other store somewhere else. I've seen Family Dollars do it, Dollar Generals do it, any stores that have multiple. In the city that I'm in, at the time, y'all, we had 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you count the one that was inside of our mall. And this is all within a 10-mile radius, mind you. So that's not very profitable. So what did they do? They closed one of them down. They left the one in the mall. There's one on Arkansas side, one on Texas side or whatever, and they're profitable. You see what I'm saying? It's not that, oh, business is so bad we need to close the store. No, it's, we're splitting this up. We can just condense this into 1 or 2 stores, and we can open up that store in a different location where we don't have one. And that's exactly what they're doing. But like I said, you get on YouTube and you listen to all of these rants, all of these negative videos and things like that, and people just run with it and then people who do have good experiences, positive experiences, are afraid to come out and talk about them because they don't want to get talked about or mocked online and stuff like that. But I don't care. Y'all can say what y'all want. Thumbs down the video. I don't care. I just want to step forward and bring out my personal experiences, and I'll be talking more about them because there are a lot of them, man. And I want to help people to understand how business works. See, a lot of people shopping at these places, you're shopping at GameStop and stuff like that, and you don't understand technically how business works. People feel like they should get out what they put in. If I spend $60, I should get as close to $60 as possible. And business just doesn't work like that. If GameStop could be super profitable and give you $40 for that trade-in, they would do it. Why? Because nobody else is doing it. But they're not going to because it's not profitable. In order to bring you different services like the pro cards and to bring in other businesses like the t-shirts, the comic sales, the toys and the accessories and the different things that GameStop is adding to the company in order to bring you those things. In order to innovate and move to the future, they're going to have some kind of profit margin somewhere. Now, at the end of the day, it is business, like I said. And that's one thing that we just have to understand, And if they were so bad, then you would see bigger game stores being able to compete with them. But you don't see that. Why? Because their business model is not bad. Is it tough to compete with a brand like GameStop? Well, if GameStop was so bad, you would see a lot of people going more to mom and pop stores. But people say, well, Andre, people are going to Best Buy. People are going to get games from there and stuff like that. They're switching over because their program is better. One thing you have to realize that, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, one thing you have to realize about Best Buy's plan and GameStop's plan is that Best Buy has more to work with because Best Buy sells more than just video games. GameStop does too. They sell shirts and plushes and accessories. Look at the inventory of Best Buy and then look at the inventory at GameStop and tell me which one brings in more money. See what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. And if you've had a positive experience working at GameStop or even shopping at GameStop, let me know down there too. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got for right now. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on notifications, y'all. We got a lot of content coming to the DM network this year, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited for it. Till next time, thanks for watching, and God bless.